We go now to Eddie in Erie, Pennsylvania, listening on the Station of the Cross. Eddie, you are on with Tom Nash. What's your question?
Hi, Tom. This is Eddie. I was just wondering because I've been getting the register and all, and Pope Francis gave his solution to like a lot of the problems, all the scandals that broke out over the sexual issues. And I was just wondering whether you and I could find some kind of solution for this, so that the Catholic Church doesn't get blown out of shape, and it doesn't have to take another hit for that. You know what I mean?
Well, it's been going on now, the solution or working toward a solution or continuing to work toward a solution since 2001, when unfortunately for a few decades there was not as good of a policing sometimes of people who were ordained, and also in terms of dealing with those who did transgress, that sometimes they were moved from one parish to another and maybe gotten some counseling, but they were not removed from ministry, and they abused again. We have seen since then, beginning in 2001 in the Dallas Conference in 2000, and since as well by the Congregation of the Doctrine of the Faith, which is overseeing the prosecution of some of these cases that go to that level, as well as giving norms in general in dealing with those, and approving those that were put forth by the U.S. bishops, that there has been much done that was good. Now, it has to continue. Excuse me, you can always have ways to improve it. Will it always be foolproof? No, but there are many safeguards that are in place in dioceses across the country for this very reason, so that there are no more children that are sexually abused by clergy, or by anybody for that matter, in the name of the church, working at a parish or working in a diocesan chancery, whatever the case. Those who have access in the name of the church to minors, young people, particularly those who are below adolescents, but adolescents up till legal age of 18 as well. Sometimes people say, well, 17 might be a little different, but a minor is a minor, right? And we need to protect our children. So it's actually been going on for, the most recent thing. I mean, the church has tried to be vigilant over the years, over the centuries, but since this bigger scandal broke out, and particularly in Boston was the epicenter, that the church has been doing much and continues to do so. And I think we will continue to see vigilance. There's been some questions about what's going on, and some lady just resigned from the Pope's board, and I'm sure we're going to get closer analysis of that as to what's going to be done or what's not being done. There's back and forth there, but there's no doubt at all, Eddie, that we can say that a lot has been done. And for those who might put the church down and say, oh, look at your church, it's like, well, quite frankly, as Bill Downey has pointed out, the rate is slightly lower among Catholics versus non-Catholic ministers, and definitely significantly lower than in the public schools, although it's much more difficult to get a prosecution in the public schools. And oftentimes you'll see, too, people say, well, they're opposing this bill and statute of limitations, and why should the church let these remove the statute of limitations? It's like, well, gee, if it were being equitably applied to the public school teachers as well as to Catholic school teachers, or to Catholic ministers as well as other people, including public school teachers, that'd be one thing. But oftentimes it is being inequitably applied, and that's itself unjust and wrong. So for those who want to put down the church, it's like, well, again, this is wrong, and any of this stuff should never have happened. But the church ultimately is founded by Christ and is sustained by Christ. If it were a purely human institution, it had been out of business many centuries ago. So we are trying to be vigilant and true to our teaching by dealing with this, and most recently for the last 16 years now.